Hello guys and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls Prepare to Die. I'm Cloak and Dragoon, and in the last episode we met the last two Knights of Gwyn who were given rings, legendary knights. We traded Artorias' soul to the assassin, and I wish I could remember her name right now, but for the life of me I just can't. And she gave us her weapons. We're not going to be using them, but they're nice little weapons to have. We also met Hawkeye Goth, who is the blind archer of the group, and he shot Calamite, the black dragon, out of mid-air, stuck his wing, so now Calamite can't fly around. If you guys want to fight him and get the Hawkeye Goth's bow, then that's more than welcome to anybody who wants to try and do that. Like I said, I'm not going to be fighting Calamite because he's ridiculous, and I don't feel like spending 6 hours trying to kill one person. But anyway, we're going to come down here and try to head to the next area. This is where things get more difficult, guys. Okay, or semi-difficult, depending on how you want to look at it. Because there's a couple of guys down there that we can draw them up. There's also 2 sorceresses, which if you remember correctly, they do lots and lots of damage with their black sorceries. I'm going to see if I can draw out. Would they stop with the infernal screaming? Thank you. Maybe I can shoot him up here. I don't want to get too close. If I get too close, then they'll start shooting their sorceries at me, and it gets really hard to smack you. Dodge and smack, guys. That's how you play this game. Dodge and smack. Alright, I'm going to switch back to my silver pendant, but I make no promises on actually making sure that it works here. Because, taking out 2 of them at once is really hard. That's 1 down. Alright, there we go. Alright. That was easier than I expected it to be. But anyway, now we have made it past them, and now we have to take on this guy up here. Trying to remember what his name is. I don't remember. He's not really a boss, but he kind of is. So, he's not super tough, but see, 3 hits, he's down. Only 1,000 souls. He's not super tough, but you know, I don't think he's really supposed to be. Anyway, we have now made it all the way to the other side. You can see all these statues. They're not only missing their heads, but they're all actually holding onto the Ulasil catalyst. And we get to head down. We can see now that the kind of corruption is beginning to spread farther. Oh yes, and this part. Always put your shield up. Why? Because crazy person is trying to kill you. He's down. Ooh, I get another Titanite shard. Not that I need them anymore. I'm off of Titanite shards. Now I need Titanite chunks. You can see, guys, it's getting darker and darker. Now we are in like this kind of dungeony area, and all the bars and cells have been broken from the inside. We get to light this bonfire. Rest here. We'll restore our equipment. Back up. Actually, no, we have enough souls to level up again. Let's go ahead and make use of those. Let's get our dexterity up. Keep pumping out for more and more damage, especially since we're trying to think about our divine greatsword. And now, guys, we have moved beyond Ulasil. We are now in the Abyss. Chasm of the Abyss. Ooh, no. Ah, you flipped upside down. That means I can probably kill you now. Alright, yes. White Titanite chunk. I think I need that, so that should be a good thing. And, this is part of the game. Even if I brighten this up on YouTube, which I have been doing to all of my videos, you just kind of tell. This is supposed to be part of the game where it's just dark naturally. And their jigging is making it harder for me to hit them. but you can see that they're just all eyes. That's really all I can see of them, guys. I know that they're there because I know they're there, but really beyond that, I can just see their eyes, and that's really about it. We're also going to have to go and get some more arrows, because we're going to be getting a little bit of help, let's call it that, for taking on the boss of the area here. Shoot, there was a sorceress there. I forgot about her. That just made this a little bit harder. She killed us. We can get back there without too much difficulty. There is the main reason why I wanted to do this part now was to be able to meet an NPC. Well, he's not really an NPC, but he's a boss in the normal game, and it actually, the game developers actually changed the boss's intro cutscene if you've been down here, and if you've met him before you go back to, actually, if you come down here first before you actually fight him, they changed up his intro cutscene, and I get the feeling it's just kind of like because of changes that were made, not really to the game. I don't feel like saying the changes to the game is a good way of saying it, but because of changes to kind of like some of the lore and us learning a little bit of the truth about what happens here, kind of makes it makes the kind of story for an area really change, and it makes it from an area that is that you don't really think too much about it when you go there the first time to once you kind of understand how this part of the game changed that story. You kind of go, oh, that's a sad thing now. And now you're done. Okay, good. And now we have the Dark Bead, another black sorcery. And more stuff from you. And now we can come down this way. And down here are the enemies. You can't see them. In fact, they're very hard to see just normally. Are the enemies that you do drop humanity usually. This area, you see, you can kind of see them now. Those are just ghosts, guys. They're just ghosts. I do like the story for this area. What happened was the people of Ulasil were delving deep underground, and they awoke. They stumbled across something, and they ended up awaking it, and it was a primordial human. That'll fall. We get to fall down here. We don't actually take any damage. Something has disappeared there, but it's appearing up over there, guys. If you can kind of see it. It's a cat. Remember her? Because she's actually in the game later, too. Ah, come on, come back here. Oh, come on. They don't give a lot of souls, but like I said, man, they drop humanity, and humanity's always useful. If you can hit them. The main thing is that their primary form of attack is through you. Not into you, through you. So it gets a little bit more difficult to try to time this out when they really don't have a physical body. Right, you're down. You're really close. I have a really hard time hitting these guys today. There we go. Ooh. Hey, humanity. And let's see. If I get too close to them, then I'm gonna get hit too. I'll take a swig of this. Alright, now the two things we want are actually over here. This one, I'm going to activate this now. This is a shortcut. And if we take this all the way back up, it says long ride, and we pop out through here, there's no items in here, I didn't believe there were. We're actually back here in the Royal Woods. Over there's where we fought Artorias. So we can just, this is a nice little area where we can just just kind of bob back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Need ghost. You don't need a ghost weapon. These guys can fall without a ghost weapon. But anyway, alright, so back down here to the Chasm of the Abyss. The other thing that we wanted, and the main thing I wanted to do, was actually through here. You have to break through this illusionary wall, and if you come in here, you'll see there's ghost, and up there you'll kind of see there's a barrier. Inside that barrier is a dog. The dog name is Sif, and he is Artorias's companion. I don't really want to say pet, because a pet doesn't really suit relationship. And Artorias and that dog came here. The dog is Sif. They came here to because the people of Ulasil awoke this primordial human who has dragged us here, and they came here to do it. And he began to become. And Artorias was wounded, and he began to become corrupted, and so he put up this barrier to protect Sif from them, and he left behind his great shield here. And so what you do here is you take them all down. I got twin units from that one. You take down all the creatures back here. So now we have freed Sif. He will disappear. He leaves behind the cleansing great shield, which is Artorias' great shield. Artorias left it behind to protect him. Here it is. Artorias' great shield. It does really well, but it's a great shield too, so I don't like using it. Great steel great shield used by Knight Artorias, who succumbed to the Abyss. Artorias, deeply scarred by the Abyss, used this to form a barrier to protect his compatriot Sif. Though this drained the shield, its magical defense still remains high. And I want to show it to you guys here. There we go. And now this is the shield itself. You can actually get there are, like I said before, there we go. There are items you can get when you use boss souls if you give them to the giant smith. And for Sif, you can actually get 3 different weapons, 3 different things. 2 of them are forms of Artorias' sword. There's a cursed and a non-cursed form. And then then you can also get Artorias' great shield, his actual great shield, the non-corrupted, not drained version of it. So now we have all those things. You only get Sif once, and so basically, in order to get the achievement that says you have to get, like all the boss weapons and legendary weapons and tailed weapons and all those extra things, you basically actually have to play through the game at least 3 times just to get everything. Get over here. I knew you were here, so now you will fall like all the rest. Green Titanite. What are you? Humanity. There's also a great place to just pick up humanity. If you guys are running low and you need it, you can just come back here anytime and just, wear the covetous gold serpent ring and just go to town. But, so now Sif has been saved, so that will change the battle animation for a boss. And I'll explain, when I get to that part of the game, I'll explain more about how the events of this DLC actually radically change that part of the game. I'll kind of explain what the original concept that you got from going there was and what it now has become. I'm wandering around here because I want to make sure I get all the items. There's a lot of it I remember where it's just like there's just a lot of humanity here. Like I said, this is not a place where you grind for soul. This is a place where you grind for humanity, and that, to me, is just one of the reasons why this game will probably always be better to me than Dark Souls 2. There's no place like this in Dark Souls 2 where you can just go and continually defeat Black Flame. That's a pyromancy spell, I think. There's no place like this in Dark Souls 2 where you can just continually... That's not what I wanted. You can just continually... It is. discovered from the dark of the abyss by a pyromancer who wandered into Ulasil. That's right. Black pyromancy, too. There's no place like this in Dark Souls 2 where you can just go in and farm human effigies for that game. So I do kind of like this part of the game where the developer said humanity is a very important part to this game. So let's go ahead and give them a spot where you don't have to do summons, you don't have to do invasions, you can just get lots of humanity. I mean, you have to work for it, obviously, but you don't have a lot of the extra dangers. You don't have the possibility of, especially for summons. Summons are great, don't get me wrong, because they really help you out. But if you're doing summons to get humanity, it's like, okay, well, what if I'm not getting summoned? What if, even if I am getting summoned, twin humanity, even better. What if, even though I am getting summoned, we're not actually killing the boss anytime I'm doing this? Then I can't get humanity. Because even though I'm doing all these things to get humanity, I'm not succeeding, I'm not getting the objective part of the humanity to get the humanity. We're almost dead. They're not super tough, but they can still pack the wall up. I really don't want to die because they keep dropping humanity. And I like my humanity. Look at this. Humanity. Twin humanities. Humanity. Humanity. What are you saying? Try jumping. Oh, yeah, there's that part down there. I would not suggest jumping from up here, though. There is a better way, guys. Another one. Another humanity. And another humanity. Ooh, even better. A twin humanity. I need to make sure I come back here more often with some of this stuff. I don't ever remember getting this many humanities. But now we can go down here, we can take you out. You're not going to give us anything. The help me carving. Alright. I'm going to take another drink just to make sure my health is back up. Alright, and now we fall down here. This is the spot where we've been to already before. So we just need to run back to where we were. Run very fast, very fast, very fast, very fast. Alright, we're almost to the boss's room here. I do want to be careful walking down all these things. Yeah, so Ulasil awoke a primeval human, and there's lots of debate on who it is. The main consensus actually right now is that the creature they awoke, the creature that dragged us here, is something that we have already been talking about. And if you guys remember from the opening, there were 4 Lord Souls found within the flame. There was Gwyn's soul, there was the Grave Lord Nito, the first of the dead, the Witch of Izalith, and the verdant pygmy, so easily forgotten. And the general consensus, actually, there's the boss that was swarmed down there. The general consensus is actually that this primeval human is actually the verdant pygmy himself. And that what happened was, nobody really knows where the concept of humanity itself came from. And so one of the ideas, wait, Titan's left, that's good. I think I'm going to need that. One of the ideas that kind of came about was that a humanity actually came from the verdant pygmy himself. And the verdant pygmy's soul, Lord Soul, was actually the Dark Soul. And the Dark Soul caused humanity to come about. And the verdant pygmy shattered his soul and spread it out. And that's why you have all these bits and pieces of quote-unquote humanity, which is just pieces of the Dark Soul. And that Gwyn discovered that burning the Dark Soul could extend the Age of Fire, which is why we kindle the bonfires with humanity, but it's not enough. So Gwyn himself has linked the fire. Doesn't look like it to me. Anybody see anything? Nope, nope. He lies. I'm pretty sure that was a lie too. Anyway, guys, here we go. Here's the bosses for the final one. And actually, if I come over here, I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it or not. I'll try. But if you look way down there, guys, in the blackness, you can actually see a whole bunch of little red eyes. That's the final boss down there, guys. Final boss for the DLC. And he is someone we're going to be taking on next episode, but that is going to be then. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and take care.